Well, I think that poor Harry is squashed to pieces, really. I think when he wrote his book about the spare, he didn't think that maybe he would be a spare now. And
you think he's a spare in his own marriage?
Yes.
Welcome to another episode of Countering Negativity and Misinformation on the Sussexes. Here, we shine a light on the truth. Today, we're setting the record straight on some rather outlandish statements made by royal biographer Angela Levin on GB News. It's essential that we approach media narratives with a critical eye, especially when it comes to discussions about figures as public and scrutinised as the Sussexes. We're committed to unpacking these claims, ensuring our discourse remains grounded in respect and factual accuracy. Stay tuned as we dissect these claims with facts and evidence. Hello everyone, Kenneth here, your guide at Royaltelly. Here, we're all about celebrating the positive impacts of the Sussexes and providing a platform for fair and informed discussions. In a world rife with sensationalism, it's crucial to dissect these narratives and spotlight the truths often obscured by dramatic headlines. Today, we'll challenge some contentious claims made against Prince Harry and Meghan, ensuring our conversation is as balanced as it is enlightening. Let's dive into the claims and uncover the truth. First up, the claim that Prince Harry has become a spare in his own marriage.
What's your appraisal of their marriage 6 years on?
That's a good question. Well, I think that poor Harry is squashed to pieces, really. I think when he wrote his book about the spare, he didn't think that maybe he would be a spare now. And
you think he's a spare in his own marriage?
Yes. Meghan pushes him, pulls him. If she wants to go on, if she's bored somewhere, as we saw with filming from Africa, you know, she pulls him away and gives him a look, and he leaves immediately. He's obviously scared. I think he's very frightened of her. He loves her to pieces. He wants to please her, but she is a very difficult woman, and so it's very hard for him.
This assertion by Angela Levin suggests that Harry has been overshadowed by Meghan, his own wife. But let's take a closer look at the dynamics within their relationship to understand the reality. To start, it's essential to recognise that both Harry and Meghan have consistently portrayed their relationship as a partnership. In numerous interviews, Harry has expressed profound respect and admiration for Meghan's strength and convictions. He has often mentioned how their shared values and commitment to humanitarian causes are what brought them together in the first place. Contrary to Levin's portrayal, Harry's involvement in activities like the Invictus Games and various charitable endeavours has not diminished. Instead, what we observe is a mutual support system where both Harry and Meghan encourage and uplift each other's aspirations. For example, during the Invictus Games, while Meghan indeed made speeches, they were in support and solidarity with Harry's vision for the event, a project very close to his heart. Furthermore, respected commentators and observers have noted that Harry's happiness and personal growth have been evident since he married Meghan. They suggest that his role in the marriage is far from being marginalised. Instead, he appears more fulfilled and engaged in his pursuits than ever before. Clearly, the idea of Harry being merely a spare doesn't hold up under scrutiny. This narrative seems more like a sensationalist attempt to undermine the genuine partnership that Harry and Meghan have built together. Next, let's address the accusation that Meghan has taken over the Invictus Games. The Invictus Games, an international adaptive sports event for wounded, injured and sick servicemen and women, were founded by Prince Harry in 2014. This initiative, inspired by the Warrior Games in the United States, was Harry's brainchild, driven by his desire to support fellow veterans.
She gives the speeches. Take Invictus Games, for example. That was Harry's. That was his star. That's what he'd done very well. And Meghan's taken it over. She gives the speeches, and she stands in front of former army people who are walking, and she walks on and she gives them the marching orders. Well, that's ludicrous, because last time she did it, she had very, very short.
Now, on to the role of Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. Since her marriage to Harry, Meghan has been present at the Games, participating actively. However, describing her involvement as a takeover is not only misleading, but diminishes the collaborative nature of their relationship. Official footage and communications from the Invictus Games consistently show Meghan supporting Harry, engaging with participants and attendees, and occasionally speaking at events. Her speeches, which complement rather than supplant Harry's addresses, emphasise support, resilience, and community, core values of the Games. For instance, during the most recent Games, Meghan introduced Harry before his speech, highlighting his dedication and passion for the cause. This act, often mischaracterised, is actually a common practice in public speaking, intended to honour and set the stage for the main speaker, in this case, Harry. Their joint appearances and mutual support at these events underscore a partnership that enhances the impact of the Games. If anything, Meghan's involvement has helped to draw more attention and support to the cause, furthering its reach and effectiveness. Meghan's involvement supports, rather than overshadows, Harry's enduring commitment to the Invictus Games. Angela Levin also claims that King Charles and Prince William were furious over the Sussexes' visit to Nigeria.
Can I read you one sentence Harry said that made my blood went cold? He said that it is important for us to meet directly with people supporting our causes and listening in order to bring about solutions, support and positive change. Now, it's not his or his wife's job to bring about positive change. What does that mean? In a way, it means that this won't be the first one I've done. I'm going to do lots more with my wife, and we're going to show that we're modern, we're active, we know what we're doing, and we're much better than the people in London who are old-fashioned. And I think that King Charles and Prince William know that they're after gaining too much attention, and they need to do something about it.
Firstly, the purpose of Harry and Meghan's trip to Nigeria was not a whimsical vacation, but a carefully planned engagement focusing on charitable activities and community outreach. The visit was part of their broader effort to support various causes, including youth empowerment and women's rights initiatives. Despite the dramatic narrative spun by some, moreover, the reaction from local media, as well as from the people who were directly involved in the events in Nigeria, tells a contrasting story. Reports highlighted the warm reception the couple received and the positive impact of their engagements. Local newspapers and international outlets praised the Sussexes for their commitment and hands-on approach during the visit. It's also crucial to note the support and enthusiasm from the Nigerian public and officials, which was evident throughout their stay. The narrative of royal fury does not align with the visible outcomes and the documented success of the visit. Thus, when examining the evidence or the lack thereof, the alleged fury seems to be more fiction than fact. Lastly, Levin's reaction to Prince Harry's speech about listening and supporting causes. In a recent speech, Prince Harry emphasised the importance of direct engagement with communities to foster understanding and drive positive change. His words were a call to action, focusing on solution-oriented dialogue and the significant impact of hands-on involvement in philanthropic causes. This approach has been widely applauded for its sincerity and effectiveness, resonating with audiences who see the value in authentic, grassroots activism. However, Angela Levin's response to this speech was unexpectedly chilly. Describing her reaction as having her blood run cold, Levin's comment starkly contrasts with the general reception. One must wonder what specifically in Harry's call for compassion and constructive action could evoke such a response. Is it the message itself or the messenger? Critically, Harry's speech aligns with contemporary values of social responsibility and community engagement, which are celebrated globally. It champions the idea that listening is the precursor to meaningful change, a concept that hardly seems controversial. Levin's reaction, therefore, might suggest a bias not against the content, but perhaps against the Duke of Sussex himself. It prompts a broader question about the lenses through which we view our public figures and their activism. If a speech promoting positive societal engagement can be met with disdain, it underscores a deeper discord, possibly rooted in personal biases rather than objective critique. It appears that the real issue may lie in the interpretation rather than the content of the speech. Thank you for joining me on this fact-checking episode. Today, we've navigated through a sea of misinformation, dissecting and debunking several claims about Harry and Meghan. From the baseless assertion that Harry has become a spare in his own marriage to the misrepresented involvement of Meghan in the Invictus Games, it's clear that the narrative being spun is not only misleading, but deliberately damaging. It's essential to approach such stories with a critical mind. Media, at its best, should enlighten and inform, not mislead and manipulate. Here at Royaltelly, we stand committed to shining a light on the truths often obscured by sensationalism. We celebrate the positive impacts and genuine engagements of the Sussexes, countering unfounded criticisms with verified facts and a balanced perspective. If you value truth and fairness, please like, comment and subscribe for more.